back at the office right after vacation. If you're like me, that week after you've recharged is awesome. So I was able to get a lot done for my upcoming event. So you guys are going to watch me build starter stacks here live with a phased build using agents and spending 80% of my time planning, which is new. At this time, it was new, so now it's kind of standard. I have the repo for organized code base that shows everything that I was doing here in detail and kind of gives you a template so that you don't have to make every decision in order to duplicate the result here. So one thing that I think is going to be a huge game changer for anyone who's not already doing phased builds is just using, for me, it was Claude Desktop. I'm always going to be a Claude Desktop fan first, but using Claude Desktop to create the plan, and then you see where it said pasted and it was in brackets. That's a long, I think it was like 200 lines, 100 lines, something like that. A long plan, essentially a prompt. So you can see it kind of grayed out right there at the top. A prompt that gives Claude Code the directive to build out all the files in the code base. So I use Claude Desktop to architect the entire plan and code base, and then the actual file creation is given to Claude Code. And now Opus 4.1, which I have not tested with just yet. Well, no, that's a lie. I did it last night, but I haven't really looked at the result much. But yeah, that's kind of the process. So I found a framework online for different types of agents, and so here you can kind of see backend architect, AI engineer, test automator. Those are all markdown files for each agent that's getting created, and they kind of live in the background. So at the time of this build, I didn't really understand the difference between agents and sub-agents and how that really worked in practice. But yesterday I had a breakthrough on it, and I actually just created the personal agents, whenever you actually go into the CLI and use the / command. I figured that out last night. Now, a bit controversial here, dangerously skip permissions. I'm only using this in instances where I've planned and refined the plan and made sure that the plan was going to go according to plan, or at least to the best of my ability, and kind of go like that. But that's what you see here. All right, so you see that to-do list pop up we got steps 1 through 15, all kind of coming together. It looks like a lot of documentation, project structure, TypeScript, interfaces, Zod schemas. Some of these things, you know, for me, I'm learning as I'm going. I'm asking questions inside of Cloud Desktop as I'm going. I don't just vibe code, so to speak, and then try to find out what's after that, right? Shout out to Mel. But yeah, it's a learning mechanism. I don't think that vibe coding needs to be anything other than that, really. But anyways. Shout out to Deep Invent. I think I was just responding to Marcus's message there. But yeah, this is how it looks in practice. Using the BMAD method inside of my code base. Shout out to him. So it's like BMAD plus subagents, or plus agents plus subagents plus, phased builds, plus token tracking and usage tracking. It's a lot of things. This is what really got me interested in fixing this. You can pause and kind of look at this message. I ended up having a model switching mechanism as well as token tracking. And then later, this is before that point, but later I would end up making sure that every plan came with a token amount estimate, and then use that against the actual amount to try to find out how accurate we were. And then the dashboard also shows as soon as a session is, what's the word? Not activated, but detected. It starts a 5-hour block. So all this stuff is session based now. And if you haven't noticed, 5-hour blocks for each session, and it kind of goes like that. So this is more of that same idea. And I ended up calling it, I think it's called Cloud Code Optimizer. I can't remember. But that's almost ready to go. I just got it connected yesterday for the first time with real data. I was using mock data up until yesterday. And then this is the build out, some more of the build out for you guys to see as it's creating the actual documentation that would later be used in Cloud Code. So the planning stage is probably more valuable than people let on, especially now. And that planning and the know-how around planning is sacred, and people don't know about it. So how are you going to fix what you don't know? So I guess what I'm really saying is that gap is going to widen substantially very soon between the people who are experimenting with tools and just playing around while it's, priced decently, if you can call it decent right now. And then people who haven't been experimenting or haven't touched any of the AI tooling on top of the fact that they're behind, they won't be able to get the most out of it. They won't want to get the most out of it because of the price point being too high. And they really won't understand how it all fits together or how the tools could be used. So we're in a really interesting time right now.
Their use case is not really like our main use case. So it doesn't matter.
Beautiful project structure in this document. I love that. I don't know the diagram style, like what it's called, but I love those diagrams. Every time I get Claude to produce those, I feel like I really understand like how the system flows or whatnot. It's a personal note. Anyways, so we're running through it there, and so on and so forth.
Like, so repos are the only thing that's like central to like a team, right? These would be for like custom environment specific things. So yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, what's up? Do you think maybe, okay, so here's another crazy, you use our credentials with us, but the idea is like they could potentially manage or like get more insights from our platform. Or like, well, I mean, that's where the coding agent comes in. Like if we manage a coding agent, right, and they deploy this into their AWS account and right?
So here's another example of just like very thorough documentation. These are markdown files I created. I want to say like maybe 15 to 20 different markdown files for this. Probably excessive, but it ended up making it so that I could build the entire code base in 5 prompts, 5 phases, 5 prompts. I would follow up this code base with the, which one was it? It was the Cloud Code Optimizer code base, that dashboard for token usage. And I was able to one prompt that one. So it's just about trying to get that one prompt situation, and I'm getting closer and closer to it, which is nice. I mean, I've done it once, but I want to get it done to a point to where I have all my testing, all my deployment, all my agents and sub-agents prompted and ready to go. And I just figured out how to do that for Starter Stacks yesterday evening. So the people who attend the event will get access to the Starter Stacks repo. You either have to be a part of the paid community or you have to attend the event live in order to get access. But once you do, you have the exact master prompt that you can use for that particular framework. So Starter Stacks is all about the framework. So are you building with like Next.js and Vercel? Are you building with Supabase and Lovable? Or some other million other combinations of frameworks? I got 15 of them that I'll be giving away. Jake from AITX will be building with Replit and Gumloop. So we have lots of variety. So we look forward to seeing you guys there. Again, if you're there, you get access for free. If not, you can pay to be a part of the community where we'll have certain private repos made available.
So
Right.
I would say